But now that they have a feel for both the competition and for each other, perhaps we'll have a different outcome, with Wits determined to improve on last year's 4th place finish. They played in this exact fixture, the 4th place match against Mamelodi Sundowns, and lost out on that occasion. Well, for Spartak, however, whatever today's outcome is, it will represent an improvement on their showing in 2017 when they ended their debut tournament in 7th place. The two sides assemble now. We're about 2 minutes away from kickoff. They will get to the pre-match niceties, the formalities out of the way as they shake hands, and we'll get an opportunity to look at how they line up today, whether they've made any changes. So looking first now at the lineup, they have made 3 changes. In between the sticks, Daniel Markov comes in as a spot for Daniel Vigovski, and in defense, Sinet Bogdan. Vigovski coming in for Zulen, who's been one of the most impressive players in the competition, and I would imagine that should he be brought on, as he is amongst the subs, he'll make a major impact from the bench. They know that they're going to have to be at their best today. They've already tasted what Wits are capable of, and Coach Romanov maybe has lined his team up in an effort to for themselves make 3 changes, with Akani Miyambu coming in between the sticks. Storm Jonas gets a start in midfield, and Leo Mert is up front. 2 of those changes are forced though, with Kulu, the goalkeeper, out with a groin injury, and the very combative Kabelo Mkize in the midfield out because he's collected 3 yellows in the 4 games that he has played in this competition so far. So Dylan Shepherd falls at the last hurdle once again, but he would be able to pick his boys up and make the result that they want today. Abra Mashala is in charge of this match. He's conferring now with the respective captains of the 2 sides. Both excellent players. Ida Bakovsky of Spartak Moscow, and Rowan Newman, the creative cog in the midfield for Bidvest Wits. The man who joins alongside me in the commentary gantry as we get a shot of some of the Bidvest Wits parents in attendance is Siyabonga Nkosi, and he knows a few things about what it might take to motivate a team when they've come so close but they've fallen just short.
Thanks for having me, Grant. From looking at the starting lineups of the 2 teams, you can just see what this game means, because they haven't loosened the screws. Both teams have put out their best sides possible, or injuries, but they've tried to put out their best sides. So it's a very important game for both teams. Well, there's a 3rd place spot to play for, so that's very important to finish 3rd in this competition, and I think that's the only motivation here.
Absolutely right, as we're moments away from kickoff. Once you put it into perspective, yes, they're not in the final, but yes, 3rd place is still something big to play for, as the burly Russian outfit in their all-red get things underway against the clever boys of South Africa playing in their all-white strip. And they have fielded pretty much as strong a side as they are capable of doing so. They could very easily have given some of their lesser used players a run out today, but they have opted against that in favor of going for the victory. Yes, Simon, he no longer has the big Ben Malam Dawit to aim for up front. It's Sipiwa Mabena, who's been playing out on the wing. Game against Spartak Moscow, and he is back in that central position. Flanking him are Sia Sevanyoni and Leo Mert, who hasn't started a game since the opening day against Moscow.
Leo Mert has taken his opportunity whenever he's been brought from the bench, and he's changed the game a few times for Wits, and I think a start today is a reward for that.
He was particularly instrumental against AC Reggiana of Italy, coming on to help create the only goal that they managed in that game. Now it is Bakovsky. He is a wonderful talent, controls the midfield, but also very capable of shooting from range, so they can't afford to give him any space as young Storm Jonas mistimes his tackle. Singatulan plays it out wide. This is Vigovski. Doesn't quite have as much pace as Fazulin, who characteristically occupies that right-hand flank for Spartak. It'll also be interesting to see how well the new goalkeeper installed between the sticks acquits himself today, as Kanyane goes on the charge. What a tournament Kanyane has had, playing in the left-back role for Bidvest Wits.
A very aggressive player. You know, he forces his way through. It reminds me of Etepo Masilela in the way he bustles his way through when he wants to get forward. And also defensively, he's never found wanting. But one interesting point you mentioned with the change in goalkeepers for Wits, Miyambo, he has big shoes to fill, because thus far they've only conceded 1 goal in all the games that they've played. So Miyambo has big shoes to fill. So it's a big opportunity for him in his development personally.
And as excellent as the defense have been, there have been many instances in which Samukelo Kulu has been called upon, and he stood out. Even though he hasn't had to make as many saves as some of the other players in this tournament, he has stood out, I would say, head and shoulders above any other shot stopper that's turned out for one of the other 11 teams.
Well, if you had to choose the team of the tournament, I think his name would definitely be in that 11, because of how he's actually acquitted himself in this tournament. It's just unfortunate that he suffered that injury, and hopefully he'll recover quick.
Oh, Sibanyoni does excellently there to keep the ball alive, and then perhaps not so excellently turns it over to Bajkowski, and in having done so, Spartak now have a free kick in a very dangerous area.
And we all know how dangerous they can be in these type of situations, because they've got big guys. Muginov has stepped up forward, Litvinov as well, the 2 centre-backs. And they'll be looking to bring in a good ball into the box, and Singatilin is capable of doing that. So Wits are going to have to be on high alert right now.
There's some big lads. Foremost among them would be Nikita Morganov, the towering central defender who stationed himself just outside the area and will now make his way to the back post, which is where they put the ball. Very deliberate from Spartak, a well-worked set piece. They just can't convert.
First questions asked to the goalkeeper Miyambo. A moment of hesitation there, but it was a difficult ball because it was floated in high. They were looking for the far post, so it was tricky for him. And I think he should be careful and deal with that a little bit better in the next instance.
Naziman, Leomert, Mabena, turned 17 years old yesterday and was devastated that Wits had crashed out of the competition. He, unlike some of the other players in this side, will not be eligible to play once again next year, but they do have some youngsters who will definitely get another shot. There's Brad Cross. Probably shouldn't give him so much space to make a foray upfield. He's proved dangerous in every instance in which he's done so. Yes, Karim, they certainly shouldn't give him space to shoot. Noel Human. They're sitting all 9 of their 10 outfield players behind the ball here are Spartak. Skosana, Abena, Human. This game already following the same pattern that we saw from their first meeting on Monday.
They're keeping the ball nicely, looking to get in though. They're not just keeping the ball, they're looking to get into those areas where they would end up taking a shot, just like Karim did just now. So it's very positive from Wits, not just keeping position, of keeping the ball, but waiting for those to fit the ball in.
It's a game in between the 2 best defenses in the competition. You spoke of the have only conceded 1 in 4 games. Spartak have only conceded into this. Now in towards Proteus. Kapaweza cuts it out. Shimon.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say I'm impressed with Kap.
Yeah.
I think get future. You know, his man marking is just so, you know.
He obviously has a great football mind that he's able to draw from in the form of his father, Elasto Kapaweza, Sibagnoni. There aren't any others in the Bidvest Wits side who have played at the highest level, but they do have Mohammed, whose father represented in Mpumalanga province back in the day. Here it is Karim. He himself was born in Mpumalanga, made the move, he and his family, to Johannesburg, where he's lived of his 16 years.
Isn't it done look alike in this work? Yep. There's a lot of potential in him, and the fact that he can protect very well.
Oh, there's an opportunity, and clears after the rig and bounced up inside the area. So probably the Russian team. Kanyane skips it. Himan, Karim, lovely pass. For options here. Force his way past. Was on his less favoured left foot, and he opted not to take the shot on. I guarantee, had that been on it, he would have had a crack. Here's Mabena. Matt. It seems as though the front three are interchangeable. They move fluid to the... It's necessarily Mabena to the middle.
I think it's common in football. When you look at the likes of Man City, Barcelona, they do the same interchange there, and it defenders. As you see, Leomart was on the inside, he's on the out.
There's a crack, and the goal exactly where his posts were.
That's the way you can break down Spartak Moscow defense by around, giving them those short movements and in around the area, you know, ends, because they are quick in turning, they're quick in playing those 1-2s, so they have to spin Spartak Moscow defenders, because they're a bit.
Now big, and Skosana has judged it well. Plays it to Leomart. They were searching for Yusifov. This is Karim. Oh, lovely from the big Mohammed Karim. You said Zidane, we were saying Patrick Vieira on Tuesday.
I think more is Zidane in the way he controls the ball, yep, and also the angles that he looks for when he's passing, you know, with the inside and with the outside. That's what Zidane used to do, you know, just play it around the corner, and he's just so tricky to play against.
Karim might have created something, but the goalkeeper Danikov will claim this. The shot stopper, who actually trains with the under-19 team of Spartak. Now position turned over, Skosana, Human, darts into the space here, Karim. Even when passes are slightly misplaced towards Karim, he somehow manages to control them. Now driving forward is Kanyane. That's Sibagnoni with him for company. Human. And Rowan Human opts not to shoot, but rather to slide in Leomart. At the cutout was decent from Sin and Bogdan.
He won one of the best passes in this tournament. Player with such great vision, such technique, and the skill as well. I think he's one for the future.
Yes, Storm Jonas, only 15 years of age.
Well, he's replacing Mkhize.
Yeah.
One of the best performers. I think he's had a great tournament and he drives them in that midfield. So it's a big loss for Wits today.
And that midfield three of Wits is really incredible. Yes, Yusufov up against Jonas, who himself is a very good player, but obviously it's always going to be difficult to break into that midfield. Competing with the likes of them, and then Yusufov having been given the opportunity to shoot inside the 18-yard area from about 10 or so yards out, screws it wide.
He does this over and over and over again, and it's incredible how he gets it right most often than not. And in this situation, he just finds his way when they thought they had him under control. There was cover, two players taking care of him. Everything was done right by the Wits defenders, but the striker just got him out of that situation and he put him in a situation where he could take a shot at goal.
Just touch the ball past Jonas, and he just needs to catch up with the pace of this game. Of course, he's the one player on the field who's played less minutes than anyone else. Competes for it. A lovely win there by Jonas, and Karim has a chance. Matt. So he goes on, and to the hands of the goalminder from Leo Matt. Now Prades is onside. Kanyane gets it away.
Now, I always say your fullbacks have to be very good on the ball and they have to be smart. And I think Wits has that in this team. They have Skosana, they have Kanyane, both players who give you so much in the way of ball possession and attack. So I think I had someone the other day, I don't know if it was you, who said the Wits have got the best fullbacks in this tournament. And I think it's true.
You're right, just to contextualize that, I'm not making a sweeping statement to say either of those two players are the best fullback, but in terms of as a combination, I think that they beat any other fullback pairing in the competition.
That's true. I would put my hand on the block and say they are actually the best fullbacks in this tournament. If I had to pick a team, I would they'll definitely be at the top of my list as far as fullbacks are concerned.
Definitely tend to agree with you there. And they're an integral part of the Wits game and the way that they play. They allow two of the front three to tuck in often, and as they foray down the flanks. Now here's Yuman. Picks out Karim. He's got a lot of strength as Karim, and he's able to hold off sometimes 2 or 3 players at once. As Kanyane fires his cross into Popflapkin.
It's amazing how he turns in those small spaces and still be able to keep possession of the ball. He's just so incredible.
He's a really outstanding player. Came on and absolutely changed the game 3 weeks ago to the day when this Midfield side won the Gauteng Cup up against Mamelodi Sundowns, in a game which they had to come from behind twice. He was the second half introduction. Drew that one 2-2. They eventually won 5-3 on penalties, the same margin by which they were knocked out yesterday by Ado Den Haag. Wits with a much more fancy side in that semi-final. Yes, Yuman, it's fly, and it crashes into the signage behind the goal.
Well, the Russians are more direct in comparison to how Wits play. Wits are very dynamic in their approach. You know, they have a lot of players very good on the ball, and they're trying to play through with those short combinations in and around the box, and then making their way into the box.
Yes, Storm Jonas. Now Skosana is on his outside, chooses not to use him. Human trying to combine here with Mapena, who keeps us alive. Can't get to the ball, and you have to say it was well cut out by the defender here, the Poprovkin. Yusufov looking for options, scrambles away from the attentions of a few, and now he plays into a wonderful area. Vygotsky. His better option there most certainly would be the man who provided him with the ball.
Most definitely. But the man behind everything, and the man who defines this Russian team, I mean, Yusufov, everything that positive about this team going forward has to involve him. And here also he plays a brilliant pass out to Vygotsky. Unfortunately, they couldn't find the teammate with his cross, and also a great recovery from Wits.
There's Brad Cross looking composed, even inside his 18-yard area. Goalkeeper gets this clear. Skosana now. I would have to say, if we're speaking about players that have stood out, Yusufov is certainly amongst them. He's one of the more slightly built among the Russian contingent. He'll battle with Skosana here. Most of them hulking figures, barring perhaps one or two, and that includes Yusufov. Jonas, confident on the ball. Brad Cross now.
Well, Jonas so far looks very decent on the ball, you know. Obviously, the shoes that he had to fill. It is done well so far, sitting just in front of the back four, and making sure that he controls things. And he moves away when he has to, just like he did now, to allow Karim to drop and collect the ball.
Iman keeps going. Karim, there's a lot of space here, Karim. Unfortunately, there's a wall of red in front of him. Karim, past one. Jonas. Leomert skips past this man and puts it into a could have been a dangerous area. Maybe just need a little bit more fizz on it. Morganov cuts it out easily. Now it's the Russians who attempt to play out from the back. Mert. Karim can shoot with both feet. In this instance, chooses to go to Kanyane. This game, following the pattern of the first, it is Wits who are utterly dominant. It is Spartak who are getting everyone behind the ball in an effort to keep out the clever boys. A wave of white, a wall of red. Certainly one will have to give at some point, and if not, there are penalties to decide this game, as was not the case in their first meeting. They had to settle for 0-0. There was no recourse to separate them afterwards. That's got Banner. Yes, Leomert. Surely he can get a shot in, he does. And then it flies off the woodwork. Skosana has kept it alive.
Did everything right there, Leomert. And once again, he's inside that box in a position where he'd be able to finish, because Skosana had stepped up. So that's what good fullbacks give you. They give you that allowance for wingers to come inside into the small box and take shots at goal, just like Leomert did it. Unfortunately, that is skid off the upright there, but a great piece of play there by Wits to orchestrate that move and get inside the box.
Lovely ball from Mabena. A little shift from Leomert to open up some space so he could take the shots. Brad Cross now. Kanyane trying to barrage his way upfield, and he's been fouled. The Russians will do anything to curtail an attack from the left-hand flank of Wits. maybe particularly promising.
I mean, the allowance that Dylan Shepherd gives his fullbacks, just like Kanyane. Kanyane plays like a winger, but he's a fullback. You know, in the way he behaves on the ball, the skill that he uses, the risk that he takes there in any kind of position. I think that comes from an allowance that you get from the coach. Because any other coach would say, no, not there. But Dylan allows him to do that because it's important.
Yes, Human. Oh, brilliant. And now Leo Match. Leo Match at the second time asking. And somehow the ball has been kicked out. But Rowan Human was incredible in creating that.
If it was an African team, would say they're using Muti. That is the Russians. Because I don't know how they stayed out. But an amazing piece of play there by Human.
Yeah.
And I can see what Human was trying to do, just play under the goalkeeper. Under the goalkeeper's legs. Just unfortunately that he deflected off the goalkeeper. But he did right to try and finish there. A bit unfortunate. His second chance in just a few minutes.
Yeah, you feel there's something at play in keeping that ball out. And they sprinkle some special vodka on the line. Incredible passage of play. And now they could break Wits' heart. It's useful. Sana with the goal-saving tackle.
What a game.
Yeah.
What a game. Two teams showing us quality in what they do best. The Russians using their way of, threatening opponents with those movements, not so much skill, but good passing patterns. Then Wits on the other side, using their skill, also mixed up with some great running. Players taking those positions where a teammate on the ball is able to find them, and they complement one another in the way they are running. They open spaces for one another. It's incredible to watch at this young age.
Well, they make us up early, and the man I expect to start, Fazulen, has come on very early into this game, replacing Daniel Vygotsky, who very often comes on to replace Fazulen late into proceedings. We are about 6 minutes from the interval. You're absolutely right to say that this has been a brilliant game so far. Very often when referring to a third, fourth playoff, you make reference to the fact that this game could so easily have been the final, and I think it's pertinent to point out that this game could very easily have been the final. And in fact, I think many would have fancied Wits to progress against Edward Den Haag, and for Spartak to progress against Club Brugge, and for this actually to have been the final. In any case, they fighting it out for third place, and certainly giving us full value for the competition's penultimate game.
Well, Grant, I'm comfortable in declaring both games as finals,
Yeah.
I'm comfortable doing that because I think the value that these four teams are bringing into this tournament, and the quality that they're bringing, and also in the way of encounters, I think it warrants that title of both games being declared two finals.
Well, it's indicated in how hard they are fighting to win this game, that this third place certainly holds some credence. Yes, Fazulen, he is blitzed, still he goes on, Fazulen! And it's behind for nothing more than a goal kick, but look at the impact he's making.
It's the directness of the Russians again. We spoke about it, that they're very efficient, very direct, not so much skill. They don't possess so much skill, but they know what to do and how to get into the opponent's dangerous areas. And they just did that with one ball played defense and a beautiful run by Fazulen. But his finishing left much to be desired.
Well, that is a rare stray pass from Karim, but to his credit, he wins it back immediately. Leomert now, Karim. Human. Ryan Human lines it up! A cracking effort And Abraham Mashale indicates that it will be a corner kick.
This young man has so much in him. I mean, look at that shot. Yeah, he packs a powerful shot. He can find a pass, like we said before. You know, he can dribble. He's good at set pieces because he takes good set pieces as well.
Oh, that was dipping in. That shot was most certainly dipping in. Here's Sia Sibanyoni. Spots Jonas. Now Storm Jonas lines it up as a crack. And the goalkeeper's certainly been busy.
Jonas has impressed me so far. I think his maturity in the way he positions himself. Because that shot came from a position where he was just outside the D, and he waited for any pullback from his teammates or any, you know, knockdowns from the opponents trying to clear the ball. And it puts him in a position where he took a shot, which is something that many players in his position sometimes lack.
Now Mert with Skosana for company, but Mert looks like he's going to put one into the area. Sibanyoni was there. Now they're failing to clear their lines effectively. They've given it to Karim. Mert. Yusifov now for the Russian team. And Predeus charging through. It's Predeus one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Spartak lead. Against the run of play, the Russians deliver a telling sucker punch just before the interval.
Once again, a ball played from inside their own half, behind the Wits defense, and he ran right straight through on goal, and he just coolly like slaughtered it under the goalkeeper. I mean, obviously with Kapoweza and Brad Cross, they're going to have to deal with such situations better. When they out attacking, they have to control, you know, and make sure that situations don't happen, because you have to organize at the back and be positioned and be alert for anything that breaks out. And that's what happened. You know, the Russians just broke out with one pass. They didn't have to make many touches. The directness, we did say that that's their biggest threat.
Oh, Wits hit back immediately when they went behind for the very first time in the competition to ADO Den Haag. It was Brad Cross who rose high from a set piece to net via his head. Will Wits be able to do similarly here? They have 30 seconds of regulation time remaining in this first stanza. Finished fourth in the last edition. Will want to do one better and finish third this time. There's Jonas. Still he goes on. There's a Storm Jonas and has the ball cut out.
Wits play a high line and they're looking to press immediately when they lose the ball. And that's the danger of that, is when your defenders are not rightly positioned and not on their toes, to also step up and press anything that comes out. And also to make sure that they're in a position to adjust when the ball is played behind them. That's what is hurting Wits so far.
There's Sibanyoni. That's a little bit too much on it for Karim. Yusifov. He's going to take Skosana on for pace here. Oh, and he's beaten him and kept the ball in. Now up against Kapoweza. Yusifov continues to fight his way forward.
This man
yeah.
possesses so much skill, and he's always going to take you on. He's always going to try and take you on. So any fullback that has played against him so far in this tournament has had to be substituted or has had to get some medical attention from cramps.
And that's all we'll see of a thoroughly enthralling first of action between Bidvest Wits and Spartak Moscow. It's the Russians who have the advantage heading into the interval. Seemingly against all odds, they were under immense pressure at many stages of this game. Ron Human has been instrumental in driving Wits forward, but it hasn't to be for them just yet. The clever boys have been outsmarted by a crafty Russian side, very direct and very pragmatic in their play, and have used to good effect the very little advantage and possession that they have had during the first 30 minutes. But as things stand, it is the Russian outfit who are closer to third position than to Bidvest Wits, but you imagine that the boys from Braam will most certainly have something to say about it in the second half of proceedings. But right now, after 30 minutes at the Nike Center in Pimville, Soweto, it is Spartak Moscow who lead Bidvest Wits by 1-0.
Yeah. Have a go.